Hello and welcome to my review of the Doctor Who mini episode, The Night of the Doctor. Now, before I get into this mini episode, I kind of want to apologise for the lack of videos that I've been uploading. It must have been 3-4 months now, and it is kind of due to the fact that I have no time to edit, upload, and actually make videos. I mean, there are a couple of videos I have recorded, I just need to edit and upload them, but I've had no time as I've started uni now and I'm doing work and things. Anyway, so yeah, that was just to explain that and get that out of the way. So, The Night of the Doctor. The reason I'm reviewing this is because A, I haven't done a review in a while, and B, hopefully, if we manage to do this, me and Jake Hall, who's on the channel Nocturnite or Namocious, depending on which channel, are allegedly going to review the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who after we've seen it in the cinema. Whether this will be straight after or when we get back from it, it'll depend, but either way we will review it, and hopefully it might be on this channel, might be on Noocious, or it might be on both. We might upload it to both, which would be good. So I'll start by saying that this minisode stars Paul McGann as the Doctor, which is awesome, because the last time we saw Paul McGann as the Doctor, television wise, is the TV movie. So it's really nice to see him back as the Doctor. It's like a breath of fresh air, kind of, because it's we've never seen Paul McGann as the Doctor much. And fair enough, it's only a 6-7 minute mini episode, but it's just really nice to have him return as the Doctor for once. We get to see Paul McGann in, it's similar to his old costume, but it's kind of tweaked a little, and he has a sonic screwdriver, which appears to be new, although you only see it briefly, so it's hard to really tell what it actually looks like. But it appears to be a new sonic screwdriver, so it looks pretty nice, from what I can see of it, anyway. And basically, this woman called Cass is crashing, her ship's about to crash, and the Doctor comes and tries to save her, but the ship crash lands on Karn, a planet which is visited before, and the Doctor is dying and is forced to regenerate. So yeah, even though Cass, who's the lady who is driving the ship, which is about to crash, even though she and the Doctor barely have a few minutes together, they've just met, and that's the only time they'll ever meet because she dies. Well, we believe anyway. There's a lot of chemistry between them, and I think it's really good to see that the 8th Doctor is playing off another character as if she is a companion, and just, even though they've just met and they're not she's not a companion, we just get this really nice chemistry between them. I like the mentioning of the Time War throughout, I think, because it's kind of obviously the 50th anniversary is going to hopefully show scenes of the Time War, unless Moffat is trolling us, but either way, this kind of has hinted at the Time War a lot more. This is just before the Doctor is about to join the Time War, which is another thing. I'm finding it interesting and good how the Doctor has kind of refused to get involved, but is now, throughout this episode, we see the mental battle with himself, trying to decide whether or not he should join this war between his mortal enemy and his own species, the Time Lords. We get to see the Sisterhood of Khan, which we haven't seen since Brain of Morbius, or if we are accepting that the Eighth Doctor's audios are canon, which they pretty much are now, it's kind of confirmed, Sisterhood of the Flame and the one with Morbius in that is totally escaped my head, Revenge of Morbius or something like that. The Eighth Doctor's personality is perfectly brought from the audios and the TV movie into this mini episode. Like, he's only in it for 7 minutes, and his personality, the character is just, well, it's just perfect. It's like he hasn't left. He hasn't left playing the Doctor, and we can obviously confirm that he's been away from the role for so many years and only appeared once on television as the Doctor in a pilot movie. That wasn't the strongest thing. We also get to see the choice of regeneration and like what you want to become play a part in this, as the Sisterhood of Khan offer different options for the Doctor to take to regenerate, which he replies, make me a warrior. However, this is kind of paying homage to the War Games, which is one of my favourite Doctor Who stories ever. So the War Games, it's good that they've referenced the War Games in this. And you see the Doctor change so much towards the end of this little episode, and he kind of realizes that he has to become darker, and he has to become this warrior and fight for the Time War. Even in his eighth, just before he regenerates, he says there's no more time. There's no time for a Doctor anymore, kind of thing. That's what he says. Being his own physician, kind of thing. And it kind of brings about that the Eighth Doctor is now the reason, is like the beginning of the Doctor the Doctor always has a darker side, but the Eighth Doctor shows the path of darkness. I know that sounds like Sith Lord kind of Star Warsy thing, but the Eighth Doctor's chose the pathway of darkness, so it's because of him that we get this new 9th regeneration, and then the messed up 10th/9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, which is later, anyway. He mentions his companions as well, which I think is good. He mentions companions from the, if you can call it, the Eighth Doctor era. And when he finally regenerates, he regenerates into John Hurt's Doctor, the Dark Doctor, but he's young. However, this kind of confirms a lot of things. It confirms that the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, is now the 10th Doctor, David Tennant is the 11th, and Matt Smith is the 12th. Technically, because all the Doctors don't class John Hurt's Doctor as the Doctor. However, John Hurt's Doctor is the 9th Doctor now. This is a bad point for me, as I think they're wasting a regeneration for a 50th anniversary special. I mean, yes, you could say that about Paul McGann, but then Paul McGann, when Paul McGann became the Doctor, it was at a time when Doctor Who, could or could not have continued, and it stopped. Whereas in this case, they've just randomly, for plot convenience, randomly wrote in a regeneration so that they can get closer to a certain event that is supposed to happen between the 12th and 13th regeneration of the Doctor. Hint, hint, Valeyard. I apologise, my throat is going nuts. So it kind of seems that Stephen Moffat is trying to speed up the process to get to that bit where he can write in the Valeyard with Peter Capaldi's Doctor, who is now the 13th regeneration, the 13th incarnation, so technically the last of his cycle, unless the Doctor gets more, which is possible. I'm not saying it isn't. But as much as I like John Hurt, and I think he will be an amazing Doctor, it just seems like John Hurt's going to be in this 50th anniversary special and then just dropped, which kind of ruins it, because it's like, why not have just give Paul McGann the role and let Paul McGann like appear as the Doctor throughout the Time War kind of thing. But then that would just totally destroy the whole, and this is the man that we no longer call the Doctor because he's not worthy of the title kind of thing. Having said that, I really enjoyed this little mini episode thing. I know I got a bit nitpicky, but this is just about things in general. I'm actually looking forward to the 50th anniversary, even though those little nitpicks are there. So you'll probably join me back again with the 50th anniversary. With my top 10 best and worst series, that will continue. It's just obviously not going to get done for the 50th anniversary. I shall hope to get it done before the new year, hopefully. But I can't promise anything as I'm busy. But hopefully so. And amazingly, this mini episode review-wise has actually took as long as half some of my other reviews. So, you know, I could speculate about the 50th anniversary, and I was going to make a speculation video, but I think it's too close to the event now. So anyway, thank you for watching this review, and hopefully I will upload more reviews very soon, and I will see you again when I hopefully review the 50th anniversary. So see you then. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.